Back when my children were young, I had a trust agreement, a trust with the First National Bank here in Birmingham. I am so glad I outlived that trust because a trust is no better than a trustee.
You talked about the other terms of infinite banking concept being modifiers,
Yeah.
and you've said that nobody owns the word bank or banking.
No.
But yet some people in certain institutions seem to feel that they have ownership over
Oh,
those words.
yes, absolutely. That is their personal property. Well, back in my forestry days in eastern North Carolina, there was something called a soil bank. There was overproduction of stuff, and these brilliant people in Washington, D.C. decided that the best thing to do would be to curtail production, so we'd pay you to not grow something. And so that was called a soil bank. Well, are you going to sue the federal government because they use the word bank? All right. Now, our church had a food bank for people who needed charitable contributions of foodstuffs and so forth. We're going to sue them. My wife used to give blood regularly. Guess where she went? The blood bank. We're going to sue them also. But the craziest things happen out there. But I've had all kind of feedback from home offices of life insurance companies because of the word bank. And they can't think that thing through at all. And that really bothers me. But, you know, one of the things that stands out like a sore thumb, let's use a parallel, okay? Back when my children were young, I had a trust agreement, a trust with the First National Bank here in Birmingham. I am so glad I outlived that trust because a trust is no better than a trustee. And what I've found is that the guy that's running the trust department of a bank that's a pass-through job. He might be there 4 or 5 years and that's it. Well, same sort of thing happens out there in corporations big time. How many years is somebody actually in office? They just kind of slough this sort of thing off. Oh, you can't use that word bank because that belongs to the bankers. And that's not so at all. That's life.
And using, the term of a bank or banking is an action
Yes.
step.
Yes.
And so when you talk about the function of banking and controlling it at the you and me level, you're really referencing being able to harness the transactional aspect of how we integrate money in our day-to-day life.